Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news. Romance erupted across screens like wildfire. In the latest short drama phenomenon, Wenbo's Hae-in shared a moment so magnetic that viewers felt the air itself had paused. Social media went into an uproar the instant the first teaser paired. Comments flooded in, exclaiming that the chemistry between the two is so tangible, so utterly effortless, it seemed to suspend reality. It wasn't just another scripted interaction. Every glance, every faint smile, every fleeting touch carried a sweetness so unknown that audiences were left breathless, whispering online, "Did they just stop time for us to watch?" What made this pairing so captivating was not merely the superficial attraction of good looks. Both actors brought a depth of emotion hold over years of head. Opposite her, Wenbo combined an understated charm with a quiet intensity, creating a compelling juxtaposition of calm restraint and raw affection. It was as if two polar forces had collided and, instead of chaos, given birth to an electric harmony that left viewers hanging on every interaction from the very first scene. The drama made a bold statement. There was no need for extravagant sets or over-the-top theatrics. A single shared table, a half-empty cup of tea, and a lingering gaze conveyed more than hours of dialogue ever could. Directors and critics alike praised the choice, calling it a masterclass in emotional minimalism, where the tiniest gestures spoke volumes. Fans dissected these moments endlessly, creating GIFs and short clips that spread like wildfire across TikTok, Weibo, and Instagram. Every meme, every fan edit amplified the allure, turning Wenbo's Hae-in into instant cultural touchstones. But beyond the surface-level sweetness, there was a story of resilience and trust interwoven into their on-screen narrative. Both characters faced a series of trials that tested their emotional limits, yet each challenge only deepened their connection. What could have been cliché, the inevitable misunderstanding, the classic will they or won't they, was instead transformed into a delicate dance of sincerity. Audiences were drawn not just to the romance but to the authenticity of it. They watched two individuals negotiate vulnerability, forgiveness, and loyalty in ways that mirrored real-life relationships, making the fantasy both relatable and aspirational. Behind the scenes, reports emerged of Wenbo's Hae-in's meticulous preparation. Hours of table reads, silent rehearsals, and improvisational exercises ensured that every scene felt lived in, every interaction carried weight. Even the smallest details, a stray lock of hair falling over Hae-in's face, the way Wenbo adjusted his jacket mid-scene, were deliberately cultivated to communicate intimacy. Fans noticed and praised these nuances, sparking debates online about how true chemistry cannot be fabricated, no matter how polished the production. It was a masterclass in subtlety, proving that the most powerful moments in short dramas often arise from restraint rather than spectacle. The result was a perfect storm. Social media trends skyrocketed, pre-release trailers amassed millions of views within hours, and hashtags related to their scenes dominated search engines. Industry insiders speculated that this was not just another viral hit, but a paradigm shift in how romantic storytelling could resonate in the age of short-form content. Audiences weren't just watching, they were emotionally invested, sharing theories, debating motivations, and experiencing joy vicariously through these carefully crafted moments of tenderness. In a market saturated with fleeting romances and formulaic pairings, Wenbo's Hae-in achieved the near impossible. They made viewers believe in magic, in connection, and in love that felt both immediate and enduring. Every shared look, every quiet touch was a reminder that in a world constantly moving at breakneck speed, some moments deserved to linger. And in that suspended instant between heartbeats, when their eyes met and the world disappeared, it became undeniable. This was not just acting, this was the purest form of cinematic romance. The magic of Wenbo's Hae-in's on-screen connection wasn't limited to isolated scenes, it permeated every frame of the drama. From the subtle brush of fingers as they reached for the same book to the quiet moments where neither spoke yet conveyed a universe of emotion through their expressions, the drama excelled at showing rather than telling. Viewers noted that the pauses between dialogue were just as meaningful as the lines themselves. In a culture where fast-paced storytelling often sacrifices depth for speed, this measured, intentional pacing was a breath of fresh air. Every lingering look became a conversation, every soft laugh, a declaration of unspoken. Fans were quick to respond. Within hours of the premiere, fun edits and compilations flooded social media, highlighting the most intimate and breathtaking moments between the TW leads. On Douyin, TikTok, and Instagram, clips of a near 20 seconds sparked millions of interactions. Comments poured in, "I've never shipped anyone this hard before, and it's like they're real, not just acting." The fervor wasn't limited to teenagers, adult dances, critics, and industry insiders all took notice, praising the chemistry as organic, unscripted, and mesmerizing. It became clear that Huang Wenbo's Hae-in had achieved a rare feat, the perfect alignment of character, performance, and audience SI. What amplified their appeal was the deliberate contrast in their characters' personalities. Huang Wenbo's stoic, almost reserved persona was offset by Zhai's playful, effervescent energy. He radiated protective strength, a quiet intensity that drew people in without needing to dominate the scene, while she brought warmth, humor, and vulnerability that balanced the gravity of his presence. It wasn't just a visual contrast but an emotional one, a yin and yang that created constant tension and release. Each interaction felt unpredictable yet inevitable, leaving audiences both satisfied and wanting more. Social media commentators even coined terms for their dynamic: ice and fire, sweet and steady, and quiet storm romance. Behind the camera, the actors' preparation only heightened the realism. Reports revealed they spent hours rehearsing without cameras, experimenting with gestures, pacing, and subtle eye contact until every nuance felt instinctive. They tested different approaches to a single scene, ensuring that the chemistry felt unforced yet natural. This dedication was evident on screen. Moments of hesitation, gentle teasing, or a fleeting touch carried the weight of authenticity. It became increasingly clear that true connection could not be manufactured, it had to be nurtured, and these two actors had done exactly that. The drama's success also reflected a shift in audience expectations. In an era dominated by short-form content, viewers no longer wanted superficial romance, they craved emotional depth, authenticity, and relatability. Huang Wenbo's Hae-in delivered precisely that, crafting moments that felt intimate, urgent, and timeless. It wasn't just about visual appeal, it was about the chemistry, the emotional stakes, and the sense that these two characters were real people living real feelings. Even minor gestures, a hand on the shoulder, a protective glance, became iconic, shared endlessly across fan forums and social platforms. Industry insiders observed that the timing of this drama was perfect. In a landscape crowded with formulaic storylines, the authenticity and intensity of Huang Wenbo's Hae-in's performance cut through the noise. It was a reminder that, despite technological sophistication and social media hype, audiences still responded most strongly to genuine emotion. Their work proved that romance could be both cinematic and sincere, spectacular yet intimate, a balance that few productions managed to achieve. Ultimately, what made this short drama unforgettable was not a single moment but the cumulative effect of every carefully crafted interaction. Audiences felt the tension, the longing, the vulnerability, and the delight as if they were living the story themselves. By the final episode, the chemistry had left an indelible mark, not just on fan screens but on their hearts, and as the credits rolled, viewers realized something extraordinary. Huang Wenbo's Hae-in hadn't just created a romance, they had created a world where love felt alive, electric, and impossible to forget. Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.